We're back, and we're talking about Forest. I miss international breaks, boys. I can't lie.
Oh, God.
How are you guys doing in the chat? I hope you're well. Welcome to the post-mortem on Forest. No, Fulham 1, Forest 0. Is that? Oh, I thought I said something else. I hope you guys are well. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you subscribe. Before the rumors start, Rob is away for Christmas. All right, him and Ant haven't fallen out backstage. He'll be back.
They have.
I don't remember what date he said, 2nd of Jan or something like that, right? So I've seen Rob getting a lot of love and getting a lot of hate, and me getting a lot of hate as well today, which is funny. But anyway, we're here to take the abuse.
People don't like realism, mate. They like to live in the fantasy world.
No, people just don't like you, and that's all it is.
That as well.
We are in a relegation battle. Whether or not someone thinks we're in a relegation or battle or not is their opinion, is what I would say.
True.
Okay,
Yeah.
put it. Let me ask.
But conversely or perversely, we're allowed to say that we think their opinion's wrong.
No, you're not.
Can. But let me ask you boys this: if Forest were 12th in the league and 5 points off the relegation zone, are we in a relegation battle?
No.
Let me ask you that, chat. Would we be in a relegation battle in that instance? Or let's say 10th. Let me make it harder for you. Oh, 1-0 to Rob. Rob's not even here. Would we be in a relegation battle?
We lost last night.
Huh?
It means because we lost last night, then Rob... Some nonsense. Oh, I'll take that.
It's a compliment.
Because we lost last night, the guy's thinking that Rob's winning something. But
he's not. He's not.
My point was that West Ham aren't going to get the points. Not that Forest are. My point was that West Ham aren't.
Yeah, and I don't want to West Ham stream. I really don't. Let's get on with it. Like, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check the sponsors. Okay, jerseys. You know the drill. FFTV gets you 8% off. Scan the QR code. Also, there's loads of discussion going on our Facebook page. So make sure if you're on Facebook, go and follow that. There's some crazy conversations going on about Brennan Johnson. So make sure you check those out. Make sure you're getting your comments in. We're on all the socials. You know the score. Okay, let's jump into it. I really don't want to talk about yesterday. I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. I'm not even joking when I say I could do an international break.
Well, I've got something else to say that's not.
Go on then, Pink Eye, or you normalize it.
See, I want to talk. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I know Ez is a conspiracy theorist. But
No, I'm a truth seeker. Don't get it wrong, man.
He's a truth seeker. I want to seek the truth with fellow Forest fans. So hear me out. I think that Nottingham Forest are a danger to society. And I'm going to give you some examples as to why I think that. So last year, Wolfie was hospitalised with Nottingham Forest-induced stress. If you check his NHS report, it literally says on there that the stress from Nottingham Forest caused it, and he was hospitalised. So that is true. That's one member of GOR who's already been hospitalised by Nottingham Forest. If you fast forward 6 months, Ez decided that his favourite player, Domingo, because he'd torn his ACL, Ez would go and tear his ACL as well. In solidarity with Dominguez, Ez would go and tear his ACL. So Ez was then hospitalised, right? So that's 2 GOR members hospitalised directly by Forest. 3 weeks ago, Ant was hospitalised because he simply stated that his favourite player was Zinchenko. And Rob decided to punch him square in the mouth and knock his 2 front teeth out. Quite rightly so. I would have done the same thing if I was there. But again,
yeah, I would as well. Yeah.
Exactly. So a third, you can't play with me here. You're not backing me up. A third member of GOR hospitalised by Nottingham Forest. Now, last week when we played Tottenham, my eyes could literally not believe what I was seeing, beating Spurs 3-0. And I ended up in hospital with optic neuritis in my right eye. And for 4 days, I was legally classed as blind in my right eye. Thankfully, my sight's coming back. But yet another example of why Nottingham Forest are a danger to society. And then last night, that 90 minutes was so shit. It was so bad and it was so shit that within that 90-minute time frame, I developed a kidney infection because I was so ill from watching Forest, and I ended up in hospital again, and I got back today. So that's all of the GOR members hospitalized directly from Nottingham Forest. Now,
you missed out Rob.
Well, this is the thing. So I was thinking,
Rob's a West Ham fan, though, isn't he?
Well,
He's been lobotomized, mate.
well,
Ever since when Ange came in.
let hear me out. So I was thinking maybe this is just a conspiracy theory, but then the one thing that topped it off and made all of this true is that when I thought about Rob has never been hospitalized by Forest, and that's because he's a West Ham fan.
Okay. All back to discuss West Ham again.
Jack, what was worse, the game last night or Crypto's monologue?
That was brilliant. That was a brilliant monologue. Can I just say, because
you missed the drums when the punchline at the end.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Oh,
Or the beat, Can I just say before you lot start going in on Daesh, you know, hypothetically, if Daesh had won last night, I know he didn't, but if we won last night, it would have been the best start for a Forest manager ever. So
amazing,
you
isn't it?
can't go in on Daesh that hard because yes, the game was crap. Yes, we played crap. Yes, the play. I thought the players they looked like in a very strange mood. Like Murillo, Milenkovic, they're so aggressive, just diving into tackles, running at people. The tactics went out the window. Obviously, it was a poor performance, but I thought Fulham were poor as well. And you know, if only we could go by Ant's rules that penalties don't count, we would have got a nice 1 point. But unfortunately, they do in reality. So it was a shocking game. It was a boring game, and like I say, it literally made me ill watching it, and I ended up in hospital again.
Does that make anyone else feel sick?
Not sick, but I think Dwight McNeil's a decent player, but he's not the level that we should be looking at.
He's not. I've got a video coming out about it tomorrow, chat. So you get to.
In my opinion.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that link. So we've been linked with him, have we?
Yeah, video tomorrow.
Okay.
Anyone who's played for Burnley and Everton will be.
Is he better than? Is he better than Dan and Doy? I would say he is. Is he better than James McAtee? Is he better than James McAtee?
He's so
Is he
slow.
better than James McAtee? I would say he is.
Yes, yeah.
But so that's two wing options that he's better than. So yeah, bring him in. At least he's proven at this level. His injury.
I don't think he's a regular in the Everton side, is he?
He's played one game for Everton.
You know what? He always plays
Moyes.
well against us. He always plays well against us. I'll tell you that much.
Bro, so does Adama Traore. Doesn't mean I want to sign him.
It doesn't matter. You've
been broken.
We want to be talking about the players, man, and the attitude yesterday. And
well, let's talk about them. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to get too upset about it, you know, because I kind of, without being a Rob and looking into the future 5-6 games, I did say I would love to see how we do on a Monday night against Fulham. And yesterday's game, to be honest, you know what? The first half I wasn't that disappointed with until we got to injury time. And it's such a fading. I mean, I saw the stats, I think, on one of the previous games that we were live on, talking about how we concede goals at either end of each half, you know, at start of games, just after half time or in injury time. And we're so susceptible at in those periods that it's not a fluke. It's happening time and time again. So that's a concentration thing. That's definitely something that the players need to have a look at themselves for. You can't blame really the management for that. I don't think any of us would have picked any different to the starting lineup yesterday. You know, apart from the goalkeeper's not to blame for the penalty or anything like that. So pretty much the starting lineup and the players he had available to him yesterday were the ones that the majority of us would have gone with. But I think you mentioned it on your review today, Wolfie, about when we've got time and possession on the ball, we can't break teams down. We just can't do it. Yesterday's first half was like every time we pressed them, they made a mistake. So why didn't we keep doing that? Yeah. You know, if something's working, stick with it. But we just don't seem to have a set style of play. And it is, again, another one where I'm more confident about this game against Man City on the weekend than I was going into yesterday's game. It just seems to be the mentality of the players and maybe the managers as well, manager as well, because how can players get up for one type of game and not be up for it in another game? And they had plenty of time on the training field. between those two games to get everything right. And they go onto that pitch and they play like strangers. Why Douglas Luiz was the deepest of the two, I don't get. If you're going to play a pivot, I don't understand why he was the deepest, because Anderson, for us, as good as he is and as hyped up as he has been, he's got a lot of things that he is really poor at. And when he tries too much and it gets shown and it gets highlighted, you see what his weaknesses are. He's not a progressive player in the sense that he's going to create too many chances. So why was he the furthest forward of the two? That didn't work. Obviously, Douglas Luiz then concedes a penalty to compound how poor his performance was. He left him on longer than he should have done, as far as I'm concerned. Yesterday, we needed to be changes at half time, but I think that's as much as I want to say. But basically, I'm not going to get too down about this, because I expect come Saturday, we'll do fine against Man City. We'll be fine. It'll be a good performance as well. You know, the players will be up for it. But why we can't get up for games with teams around us that we need to be winning, I don't understand it. But somebody else jump in.
I kind of agree with everything you said up until you said fine at Man City. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I was going to point that out. First of all, I want to wish all of our wonderful subscribers and all our viewers, even those that don't like me, which are legion, I'd like to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and hopefully a great New Year.
It'll be our last stream before it, won't it?
Yeah.
We'll
Hopefully a great New Year, which Forest will add to in some way. Let's all hope.
And even if they don't, there's life outside of football.
Yeah, even if they don't, have a good year, guys. You deserve it. Right. So, yeah, I was majorly disappointed last night. I was hoping after the
at least someone does.
After the Tottenham performance, I was hoping we'd found a little bit of something. A little bit of cohesion, a little bit of belief and confidence. There was nothing last night. It was a shock. It was a real horror show. It was at least as bad as the Everton game, as far as I'm concerned. But Everton are a better side than Fulham, in my opinion. Fulham are awful, by the way. One shot on target, and that was the penalty. At home. Now, there were a lot of players last night that underperformed. In fact, I would single out Murillo for playing well. Nico was okay. I'm struggling a little bit after that. Other players had little bits and bobs with, all right, but generally speaking, the whole team underperformed. I see Savona's coming for an awful lot of criticism, and as a one-off, that's valid. You know, he had a very, very poor game, and he was made to look foolish by Kevin, who is a talented player despite how badly he's been playing. But my problem is that was obvious after the first 20-25 minutes that the only threat, I mean, they didn't have much threat, but the only threat they did have was down that left-hand side with Kevin. So in my mind, I thought, why don't you, now you can laugh at me, I don't care, you know that, but why don't you kind of put Hutchinson on the left, bring off Callum Hudson-Odoi and bring on Dominguez and put him on the right so that Savona's got somebody that's willing to track back and work hard to help him out against their one and only threat. I mean, their best player is probably Harry Wilson. He never got the ball because they were just targeting Savona all the time. Yeah. So why not bring on somebody like Dominguez? And then that cuts that avenue off. And then all of a sudden, it enables the players further forward to have that bit more confidence that if they, that they can go on because they know it's safe at the back. I think that's a big thing in football. Elliot Anderson, if we're absolutely honest, it's not been at his top for the last 2 or 3 games. The Elliot Anderson we're seeing now, if I'm honest with you, the Elliot Anderson we're seeing now is the Elliot Anderson I thought we were buying, i.e. a decent enough squad midfielder, not the superstar that he's become. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping against hope that, like Chris Wood, this is not a one-season wonder thing. And I'm hoping against hope that this is not the real Anderson. I'm not saying it is. It's just that I have a little bit of concern. Because if Man City were watching that last night, they wouldn't be offering 100 million for him. They wouldn't be offering 30 million.
Maybe that's why he's doing it.
Do you feel there's a little bit of the Gibbs White leaked into him, if you get what I mean? He's doing too much on the ball at times.
No, I think it's because
some of those passes through, the ones that were going out for goal kicks, were winding me up, man.
Yeah,
that was just Hollywood.
He was trying to do that between the fullback and the goal ball down into the corner, and everyone went. My issue with those was everyone was far too heavy. Well, not just a little bit. Now, look, let's not get onto him because we all agree he's been absolutely magnificent for us. So let's just hope it's a little blip he's going to. But we're not going to ignore it. We have to point it out that at the moment he's not playing at his best. And unlike Ez, as you said, Wolfie, unlike Ez, and I'm not saying Ez was wrong, by the way, but I am worried. I'll be there, and I'm not particularly looking forward to it because I do worry that Man City, I know we normally do quite well against them at home. So there's that hope there. But if you go on what you actually see on the pitch, then
I just think from a player's point of view, I think they'll be more up for it. I just think
you might be right. And if you are Ez, that's a terrible indictment.
It is.
That's really concerning because that means they're not playing. That means they're not playing for the club; they're playing for themselves.
I think you're being harsh on Anderson because I think Anderson's the type of player who is massively affected by the people around him. And when he's playing for England, for example, and he's got, Ant's favourite player, Declan Rice, in front of him, it's a bit different to having MGW in front of you. So I don't know.
I don't think that's the case.
Hitting the ball by 20 yards, does it?
Yeah, I'm not saying he had a great game yesterday, but let's not get down. Let's not get down on the guy. He's had a couple of indifferent games.
At the same time, he is up for criticism same as any other player.
Everybody is.
But you can tell yesterday, even though he didn't have a great game, he's still a trier. He runs after every ball. He's telling other players to
this trier thing.
Sorry, one more thing.
Other players don't do that.
One more thing. I was disgusted. Ez and I have said for a long time that we think that Anderson could be a really good 6. Why did he play Louise at 6, basically?
At 6, yeah.
He was coming all the way back to the goalkeeper to pick the ball up, which I don't mind if the player's fit and he's creating, but he was coming all the way back, getting the ball, and then passing it back to the goalkeeper to oof it up.
But Anderson did that against Spurs, and Sangare played higher up, and Sangare had the game of his Forest career. All you had to do was tag in Douglas Luiz for Sangare in the same system. It baffled me. And then, even if he started it, why didn't he change it? Dyche did not react to anything that was happening on the pitch until the 72nd minute. The system didn't change at all.
And you guys have talked about Anderson, and we're not criticizing Anderson, but like I said, every player is up for criticism. But he wasn't the only one. The amount of times, even Douglas Luiz was trying too hard to make that pass. Murillo's guilty of it. How many times is he trying to find that long pass? He's underhitting it. He's doing the opposite. He's underhitting. And every single one of these players, our key players, was trying too hard yesterday. And trying is a key word, I think, yesterday, because they were going into cul-de-sacs. Hutchinson, when he's on form,
he did one turn though.
He did one turn. But when he's on form, he's looking for the ball. He wants the ball. Yesterday he went hiding again as well. And it doesn't bode well for when you're looking at these types of games. But like I said, I think the mentality will switch on Saturday, and I don't know why that is the case, because it's the players doing that, and obviously I don't think that in terms of how he's setting them up is going to be that much difference. I think he would have set them up tight yesterday, and they will have to be against Man City. They'll have to the wingers will have to track back. They will have to block out the middle and stop Man City playing through. So the mentality will be the same. It's just the play style will be the same,
but the mentality
will be different.
I'll tell you what. Okay, I know this sounds weird. If that does happen, even if we beat Man City, which by the way, I don't think we have a chance of doing, that's actually going to piss me off more, because this now becomes, I don't think enough spotlight has been put on the players. Whether you didn't want Dyche like me, whether you hated Ange, whether you thought Nuno was right or wrong, these players have gotten away with absolute murder. Do you know we have like the 13th most expensive squad in European football?
In Europe,
in European football.
Fifth in the league.
No, sorry, I think it's even higher than that. Our squad is like 40 million less than Spurs' squad or something silly like that.
The thing is, although you say you're not going to blame the manager, and that's fair enough, that's fine. And the players, of course, have a responsibility. But it does matter, where you're placed on that pitch. For example, you put somewhere like somebody like Douglas Luiz. I think we all agree that Douglas Luiz is better further forward, where he can spray 20, 25-yard passes out, and create. If you're back in your own half, those 20, 25-yard passes only get you to the halfway line, where it's going to be packed in the midfield, and the chances the guy's going to lose the ball anyway. So it matters where you're played. And the other thing I thought about as well is that, I mean, look, we've got to talk about Igor Jesus, right? You know, I said from day one, I like the guy, but it does concern me his lack of goal scoring ability, which has been proven. You all know the 8 goals in 64 games business, right? And I hate to say this because I do like Igor Jesus, but I think it's coming to fruition. He's not quick enough in the box. His speed of thought is not quick enough. By the time he's got the ball to shoot, he's being covered by a defender. That's the problem. Yeah. The guy, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think he's going to score a lot of goals. Now, for me, we have another player. See, when I was doing my rearrangement with Dominguez on the right to cover Savona, I was going to go for a 4-4-2, okay? And the two up front would have been Jesus and Calamuendo, because Calamuendo is the opposite. He benefits from having a guy at the side of him that can give him the ball so he can go and score. So that, but it wasn't even considered. Well, it didn't appear to even be considered anything like that. It was just stick to what we've got and change the play.
You kind of answered the point there, Ant, because if we all praised in that Spurs game, not only obviously how we played, but how many people we had in the box, how many players we had in the box. Again, we reverted to type again yesterday. If he's the only man up against 2 defenders, that first touch has to be world class, and it's not. It's not, obviously it's not, but he's on his own. And we saw against Spurs when we had 5, 6, 7 men overloading the box. If it does drop to somebody else, in fact, the goal that we scored, came off a deflection because there was other players in there. So that's what answers that question. If he's on his own, he's not going to win against 2 centre halves, mate.
This is why I made the case and point. I don't think it'll ever happen, but Morgan Gibbs-White is undroppable. Jesus would be a great 10. If he was able to hold the ball up from the goal kick and then turn it and pass it forward to Calamuendo, that would work 100%. Because Morgan Gibbs-White is not the be-all and end-all to our squad. He's always the first name on the team sheet. But if he's not having a particularly good game, nobody else seems to. Jesus is the type of person you can kick it to, and he can turn around and make a pass.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I did feel a bit sorry for him because he got fouled so many times, and Anthony Taylor just never blew up. And
that's the same Anthony Taylor against the Everton game with the 3 penalties.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not blaming it on the ref, but he was getting fouled. He was getting fouled a lot yesterday. But Jesus' hold-up play in general is really good. But the one thing that did annoy me about Daesh yesterday, the one thing that really annoyed me about Daesh yesterday is bringing Taiwo on instead of Calamuendo. Why are we still at a position where Taiwo is our I know Chris Wood's injured. Why is Taiwo our second striker? What has Taiwo done this season? I love Taiwo. I think he's a great guy, but he needs to go. He can't score. We need goal scorers. Calamuendo has proved, I know it's only very recently, but Calamuendo has proved that he can nick a few goals. Calamuendo should have come on yesterday instead of Taiwo. Taiwo, for me, as much as I'm sure he's a great guy and he's been great for the club, Taiwo offers nothing to Nottingham Forest anymore. So I think we need to be ruthless.
No, I think you're being harsh. I think you're being harsh because
I'm not being harsh.
When Taiwo lined up, I expected him to be with Jesus. Play the 2 up front together. If you're going to take
4-4-2,
Taiwo is
he's going to take MG Dubba. He took Morgan Gibbs-White off to bring bloody McAtee on. If you're going to take Morgan Gibbs-White off in that situation,
he was trying to do like for like.
At least, but like for like wasn't working. You needed to do something different. We couldn't break him down.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. He could have put Jesus in the 10 and brought Calamuendo on.
He could have done something different. Either way, if you're going to take Morgan Gibbs-White off in that round of substitutions, I would have at least 5-10 minutes played 2 strikers. Whether it was Awoniyi or whether it was Calamuendo, whoever you brought on. But to I mean, you started off by saying, I don't hate him, but then you went and slagged him off for the next 5 minutes.
No, I didn't. I just said,
Taiwo isn't a problem.
When does he score goals for us? When are you going to bring Taiwo or a goal?
Taiwo isn't a problem. The way we set up was the problem.
So a striker who can't score is not a problem. Are you
No,
mad?
but leaving
mad?
him on his own again in the same situation. Don't say he can't score, because literally, if it wasn't for his goals, he wouldn't still be in this division. So please,
ask Ben,
One
at a time, one at a time.
Since he's been
ask
back,
Ben, ask Ben how many goals Igor Jesus has scored in the Premier League this season. Ask him.
yeah, well, there's no point.
I
Because
told you that's because he's better in the 10.
It'll bounce.
Well,
If
mate,
you're
it's
going
like
to play Taiwo on his own and not give him any, if you're going to play Taiwo on his own and not give him any service whatsoever, what the hell do you expect? The types of goals that Taiwo has scored, which one of them, apart from one against Palace where he danced around their defense at the end of that season, which one of them has he scored solo? Every single one's been a cross, a tap in, or whatever. So he needs service. How's he going to score if you don't give him service? So how's Taiwo the issue yesterday?
I'm not saying he's the
Taiwo
issue.
is an issue. I'm
not saying
sorry, Ed. Taiwo is utter crap.
He's the issue.
He's
I'm
utter
saying
crap.
that he shouldn't come ahead of Cali Muendo is all I'm saying.
I don't think Taiwo would get into Derby's team. I honestly think he is one of the worst footballers I've ever seen.
I said Jesus in the 10, not Taiwo in the 10.
I think McAtee is.
Bro, you cannot be a professional footballer and not control the ball or shin it or pass it straight out for throwing. Bro, he is so bad. He is so. I'm sorry. He is atrocious.
Clearly, you can.
If we want to get to that next level, we need to start being ruthless with who comes on the pitch. Because our starting 11, I think we can agree, is pretty good. Our starting 11 is
considering what he had on the bench yesterday, they weren't the right subs.
If we, for example, had Morgan Rogers in the 10 instead of MGW, we'd probably win the league every year. The problem is some of the players on our bench are not of an equal level.
I just think, I'll be honest with you, I think we've overhyped a lot of these players.
We're talking of one that I certainly, possibly overhyped, is James McAtee. I don't necessarily agree with a lot of the comments about his shit and all that lot. And that's not me swearing, that's the chat swearing. No, because it's not me, it's the chat. So
beat the chat.
Because he patently isn't, right? He played a fair number of games for Manchester City in which he performed very, very well on a lot of occasions. He didn't seem to get knocked off the ball then, but he is doing now. No, he's not a different player. He's just not. He's absolutely not suited for the Nottingham Forest side. Yeah, he's just not suited. He needs to go into he'd probably be all right at somewhere like Spurs, you know. And I worry for the kid because it's not his fault that our system doesn't suit him. He needs to be playing little five-yard touch passes, 1-2s, and things like that. That's what he's used to. That's what he was good at. And we don't do that very often because what we do is hoof the ball as far as we can. That's what we do. Now, I must say, Milenkovic did the most wonderful cross-field pass last night. Absolutely incredible. But that was once. You know, what about all the other times when we hoof it up and it goes nowhere? So the kid's lost. He's lost. He's not getting any game. He's not getting any game time. He's getting little game time, and he's not in a system that suits him. So, whilst I agree with people that in the Forest side he's he's not the right player, I don't think he's terrible. You know what I mean?
I think you make
the Sheffield team.
You make it
that was Championship, wasn't it?
No, it was Premier League. Yeah,
but they were playing Championship football in.
They did get relegated.
But he stood out. He stood out for them.
I think.
So what's your assessment then, Wolfie? Is because you're calling.
You know, my assessment of him is this: I think he's a talented player. I don't think he's shit. I'm pissed off at him. Is what I'd say. Yeah. I actually think his attitude stinks as well. I didn't like his presser that he did in the Europa League. I feel like he's almost turning his nose up at us. I really, honestly, I really do. And I think he thought he was going to come in and just walk into this team. I think that was his attitude. I'm coming from Man City. Is
that how he came across? Because I honestly didn't watch it. I'm sick of it.
To me, it did. Maybe I'm seeing what I want to see in there. But that's how I felt about
presser, it. He just looked like a very nervous little boy in that presser.
I don't know. There was nervousness and there was a little arrogance about the whole, well, you're up against Gibbs White. Well, yeah, obviously. So
I think you're giving him an excuse saying he's lightweight.
I'm not giving him an excuse. He's a good player. I'm annoyed at him because when he gets his chances, this isn't someone who's come from the French league or the Bundesliga or whatever. He knows the league. He should be slussing in by now. We're in December now. End of December.
Don't you think that it's a little difficult when a player's very much a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit here? You know, you're not building.
But it's not fucking nursery rhyme, is it? You can't say that he's too lightweight and he gets knocked off the ball. What about
Who's saying that?
You said it.
Who's saying that?
Hutchinson.
Hang on, who's saying that? Who's saying that?
You said it 5
Me?
minutes ago. Yeah, you.
Me?
Hutchinson doesn't get knocked off the ball.
I did not, mate.
You didn't.
Hutchinson is smaller than McAtee. Hutchinson's only about 2 foot taller than Ed.
Who are you arguing
He doesn't get
against?
knocked off the ball.
Who are you arguing against?
You.
Yourself.
I said he gets knocked off. I think he's too lightweight. I think
that's just an excuse.
I think he's too lightweight.
How come Hutchinson's not too lightweight? He's smaller than McAtee.
Yeah, no, I know, but there's certain players who, when you're lightweight, like Messi is like what 5'9". You don't see Messi getting knocked off the ball. If you're that height and that build, you know how to use your physique. You got to have football IQ. This is the thing.
Balance as well, isn't it? A player might knock you, but if you've got the right balance, you just counteract it straight away.
Yeah, and you know what? There's certain players who get knocked. They know how to get knocked. I know I'm going chub thumping, whatever they were called. But there's ways of getting knocked and getting the fouls. How do you say that band's name?
Chumbawamba.
Chumbawamba.
That's it.
Do you
know what I mean? If you get knocked, it's a free kick.
But this is where I thought you were leading to, because it's kind of like, basically, you guys are saying that I'm saying he's not as good as we thought he was. Simple as that, yeah? And I think that can be said for a lot of our signings. And I thought this is what we we're going to be doing, reviewing some of our summer signings that we were so happy with, that we were gloating over, that we were glazing a few of them, that have proved to be a waste of money.
Well, I wasn't glazing them, Eds, because I just said I'd never heard of them.
Half of them we'd never heard.
You were glazing over McAtee. You said you'd start him straight away ahead.
And why wouldn't I be? Because he was great at Sheffield. He was very good at Manchester City. Why wouldn't I have been glazing him? You know.
But basically, how good or bad was our summer transfer window? I mean, it was delayed because of.
I'm starting to think atrocious. That's
what I want to discuss, because
that
some of these
is definitely not going to happen, my friend.
We've already been arguing with Rob all day in our chat.
Paul's testicles are going to be roasted over an open fire, my friend. There'll be no apologies going on.
I mean,
Rob's not here to defend or gloat himself, right? So Rob will be back next week.
That's his choice. That's his choice, mate. He lit the fuse. I tried to ask a question when you're back on, Rob, because he skirted that one, but he lit the fuse and he disappears, goes AWOL for a couple of weeks, and then he comes back and tries to get all the glory. But no, I'm not having it, mate.
Let me just do the super chats. Big up to Matt. Thank you for the $4.99. He goes, FFS only a relegation fight if 5 points from drop in March. Last night's performance was poor, setting us up for our historical poor Christmas period.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I said that a couple of weeks ago, didn't I? We were so bad at Christmas.
I fully agree with that.
Yeah, last year was.
I want to come back to this summer transfer window, but Peacocks has raised something here that's quite interesting, because I did see this presser and I'm in agreement with him. He did piss me off today, because I hate how Dyche settles for mediocre. I think it means mediocrity. I understand the position we're in isn't great, but his press conference today annoyed me, saying he'd be happy with us losing every other game. He did say that.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, just for let me give the context though. The journalist said to him, "You got a bit of a pattern going: win, loss, win, loss, win, loss." You know what you're saying to that? He goes, "Yeah, well, if we did that throughout the course of the season, that would be great." Basically, he was probably being more positive about it, because 19 wins would get you 55 points.
I actually agree with him on that. If we did, I actually agree with him on that. If we went win loss for the next,
we get about 58 points, something like that.
I would be ecstatic. Hang on, I would be ecstatic. It means I might see us win some games at the City Ground occasionally. It'd be fantastic.
Well, it depends, Ant, because if the first win's away, then you may never see your.
Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah, there's that. As long as it's home win.
Look, the reason I got annoyed with his presser, I'll tell you what's been annoying me.
Traitor, Amit. Traitor.
No, not this weekend, bro. I'm not doing it.
It's not traitor. It's just good sense.
No, traitor.
I'll tell you what's annoyed me. is he keeps talking about this praise that the players are getting after a win. So I don't know if you picked up on his post-match yesterday. He's saying that the players have been praised all week about the win, and rightly so. And he mentioned it in his pre-match presser as well. Like, I'm suddenly thinking, are they just blowing freaking hot air up these players' asses after they get a win every time now?
Sounds
Because
like it.
it just feels like that. And then suddenly they go on. Do they then go onto the pitch with the arrogance of, oh, well, we were so good last week. We just have to turn up. Maybe that's the reason we're seeing WLWL.
No, you know what? That performance last night, it did have a little bit of that air about it. You know? Maybe they went on there thinking they were the
dog's bollocks. The dog's bollocks.
Oh, wrong button.
Yeah, even the commentators were saying that.
Maybe they did.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's my point, Anne. Is it because they've been getting all this media praise, media hype? Oh, look how well they've done now under Daesh. If we rewrite the table to just the Daesh table, Forest the 9th. Let's ignore the real table. Let's do the table that hypes things up.
I think the problem there is the captaincy. I don't think Morgan Gibbs White is the right person to lead this team out. I think he's too
just looking for excuses, bro.
It's not
There's
excuses.
10 other players on the pitch. He's not the only one.
You're right,
Stop
Ed.
blaming
Ed,
him
you're right,
for
mate.
everything, man.
It shouldn't matter who the bloody captain is. Come on.
I know. Stop.
Yeah,
just
but
looking for an excuse.
they're the person who set the mentality at the start of the match.
No, they don't. The manager does. No, otherwise he'd be a coach.
They huddle around and they talk about it. Morgan Gibbs White's probably stood there in the centre circle going, "Don't worry, lads, we'll beat them 7-0 tonight."
No, he's
probably also the one who huddled them around Man U and said, "Look at that and look at us," and we smashed them last season. So,
yeah, but I don't care about last season.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Captaincy is the least of our problems right now.
Absolutely.
Let's jump back to this summer window thing, okay? And I'm gonna bring you in on it, Ant, because you're an avid defender of him. I'm starting to wonder, what is Edu's influence now at the club? Like, the players that he's brought in, I would say from them.
When was Daesh appointed?
About 2 months ago.
October sometime, wasn't it?
Yeah, mid-October, wasn't it?
So way after the transfer window closed then, yeah?
Correct.
So you buy players for one manager and then an absolutely, totally different style of manager turns up. What you're supposed to do. So actually, we don't want him anymore because we want Dwight McNeil. We don't want him anymore because we want Dominic Calvert-Lewin. You can't do that.
Don't say actually.
You have to buy for a style of play, which we did, and we were all happy about it. Look at how brilliant we are going to be. And then they bring in Daesh, who's a total antipathy of that.
You lot are harsh on Daesh. He's done all right. He's done all right. Last night was shit.
He's done all right. That means you just expect us to do all right.
There's a reason he's done all right. However, if you had a manager that could get something out of those players, it would be even all righter. Okay.
Telling you to eat 17 here. It's all right.
Can I just check Urban Dictionary on that word?
No, but I think we have to discuss it, boys, because you got your head in the sand if you think there isn't an anti-Edu sentiment from the Forest fan base.
Oh, there is. I started.
Is there grounds for it?
It's like people go on about how crap the iPhone is. No, it's not. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes it's trendy to be against the grain, against the tide.
iPhone's crap.
And you go on about how crap the Xbox is.
He's one.
Whoa.
You go on about how crap the Xbox is. So you can't speak.
Xbox better than PS. But exactly. No, look, but I think what I'm saying here is I was all for the transfer window. I was all for what Edu was doing. But what I'm saying now, I'm reflecting back on it, and I'm thinking maybe there was too many egos. Maybe there was too much power. You know? Yeah.
So you say all these people are lining up to have a go at Edu, and now they're getting the ammunition. But this is a point, isn't it? Because if we're saying these signings are largely flops, then isn't Edu a failure? And has Edu?
It's the manager. The best man.
If the players are, I'm not saying he is, I'm making the point that people can argue. If these players turn out to be flops, then is that on Edu, and does he need to share some of the blame? And everybody's saying that everything changed when Edu was mentioned. When Edu eventually came in, that's when we started going backwards, going back to the tail end of last season. Is there some truth in that? Should we look into that? Because it does seem that it's all coincided around the same period. And if it's, like I say, if his players, the players that he's bought in haven't hit the ground running.
Different managers.
Yeah, but I think that
I understand that, but I'm not
That's
at a
what's
big
caused the
picture.
issue,
He's a global, he's the global head of football.
Yeah, but you can't use that.
He's going to have probably got 20 different managers under him in one season. He's going to have to deal with
Players
that.
don't know whether they're coming or going. 3 different managers we've had. Give it time. Just give it a little bit of time. It's still very early on, you know, for these players at Nottingham Forest. A lot of them have made very few appearances. Give it time. If you go through them one by one, so you got John Victor. I think we all agree he's okay.
Yeah.
He's okay as a backup goalkeeper.
You were cussing him down. What are you talking about?
No, as a backup goalkeeper, I don't want him starting. But as a backup goalkeeper,
He's okay.
You see, people accuse me of butting in.
All right. He's been circling the runway. Let him land his point. Go on.
Right. So then you say Douglas Luiz. Are we all saying he's crap now?
No.
He's been injured. This happens. He's been injured. All right.
I mean, his corners were shit last night.
No, actually, that first corner he put in was magnificent. So
it was first one.
Top one. All right. Ndoye's a Swiss international who everybody rates about.
Oh, come on.
I rave about Swiss cheese, man.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
There's no point to that. Sorry.
Let him finish his point, and then you can
don't interrupt, man. It's more exciting.
For weeks. For weeks.
I know why I like it. Hutchinson, I was saying he's a disaster.
No.
McAtee, I agree. So far, he's been not worth the money. But again, I'm not going to write the guy off. He's only had about, how many games has it? He's not had many games, all right? Okay. And he's plopped straight into a struggling team, which we are.
Wait, hold on. Before you carry on, sorry to interrupt you. Sorry.
Callum Mwendo. Are we writing Callum Mwendo off?
No.
All right.
Okay, wait, and sorry, please, let me just interrupt you. Chat, what's Ant flip-flopping on? Because I'm tempted to play the clip, but I don't know what he's flip-flopped on.
I'll tell you what.
Carry on.
I shall flip-flop on whoever it takes to make my point.
I know.
Carry on.
Right. So I've got as far as Callum Mwendo. We're not writing him off. Savona, young right back. He's had a couple of dodgy games, but he's learning the game. He could still come good. Jair Cunha, are we writing him off?
He doesn't get played, though.
Are we writing him off?
No.
Right. Igor Jesus, are we writing him off?
No.
Are you writing him off?
Right. No, I'm not. I've said that. So out of 8 players I've named there, Sivchenko, okay. Right, but he's alone. So that don't really count.
You freaking loved him, man.
You left the stream.
I never loved him. I said he's a good squad player because he's got the experience in Europe, is what I said. Be fair. Right. So out of all those players, you're writing off what? McAtee and Ndoye?
I cannot
believe 9 players. I don't think that's bad.
And Savona for me.
Oh, you're not writing Savona, right? He's
I've never been fully convinced on him. He just looks weird at right back. I'd rather see him at centre back.
I've never heard so much flip-flopping in my life.
Yeah, never mind about that. Let's concentrate on where I am at the moment.
Last week you said John was shit. Every time I've mentioned Ndoye being good for Switzerland, you say, who gives a shit about Switzerland? It's International Farmers League.
No, Crypto, please don't lie. I'm one of the few people that just keeps quiet on Ndoye because I'm still hoping he's going to come good. I've seen him play well.
I said on a stream.
For Switzerland.
When you mean when Foiler was playing with them
against Andorra and the Thingy Islands.
I don't know if you've forgotten the stream where I said Zinchenko is shit and you literally left the stream and didn't come back.
Yeah, because I don't like calling players shit when they're not shit.
They're shit.
He's not shit. Okay. The guy is
We have a flip-flop. Everyone changes their mind like they did.
They were asking for it in the chat.
Manchester City and Arsenal, and is a multiple trophy winner. All right.
Full clip is on Super Chats. It's too long, man. It's on too long. Look, okay.
So I think we all agree with me that it's not been a disastrous because you've all said every player I've mentioned, you go, no, I'm not writing him off. No, he's
Oh, okay, and I hear you. Now let me get under your bonnet pause on this. Okay. Out of all those players you've mentioned, who has raised the ceiling for Forest?
Oh, that's a good question.
Mm.
It's very difficult because you talk about raising the ceiling from last season, and last season, let's be honest, we had a freak season.
Okay,
you know what I mean.
But let's add context. We only technically lost Elanga.
You might say that from Chris Wood to Callum Owendo, for example, is a downgrade, and I would agree.
You would say,
we don't know what Chris would have done this season. We don't know because he's another year older and he keeps going over to New Zealand.
Oh, come off it.
So we don't know. So can you understand where I'm coming from? Where I say it's difficult to judge.
Okay, don't focus on that one then. Focus on the wingers because we bought a lot of wingers.
I think Hutchinson is definitely an upgrade.
Okay. I like Hutchinson. But has his impact been more impactful than Elanga's last season?
Yeah, but let me put it this way to you, right? This is why I don't like this assist business. If Hutchinson puts a beautiful, beautiful cross into the middle and Igor Jesus on the end of it, chances are it won't go in. If Elanga puts an average cross into the middle and Chris Wood's there, chances are it will. So you've got to take into account who you're playing with. You can't just say, "Well, he's not got as many assists."
I didn't use the word assist. I used impactful.
Impactful, but
in the first 3 months, yes, he's been more impactful than Elanga was in the first 3 months.
Okay, so that's one player. Who else has impacted the squad? Because bear in mind, we all sat here, and so did the chat, by the way, because I got receipts on you lot as well. And we were talking about kicking on, sustaining or kicking on from last season. This is neither, man. This is neither. Yeah. And I would say out of all the signings, if we are fully objective on it and we put all our biases or who we like or who we don't like aside, just Hutchinson, just about. And you can make the argument that Elanga was more impactful.
Honestly, and I don't really care whether people accept this or not. But for me, it's been a terrible season behind the scenes, and I think having 3 managers is not helping any player to settle in. Plus the injuries, we've had Aina out injured all season, we've had Wood out injured all season, and it's been a mess. Right? We've had Nuno, Postecoglou, and Dice. Totally different type. Well, certainly,
and hopefully
totally different types of playing the game. So how are these players supposed to have settled in? It's been awful.
And it's been 5 months, man. It's been 5 months. It's been 5 months.
It's still 5 months.
5 months.
Huh?
Did you say Daesh has been here 5 months?
No, I'm saying it's been 5 months since the transfer window.
Yeah, I know, but we've had 3 managers in that time. What is difficult to understand about that? 3
Nothing's
managers
normal about this.
I think
playing different players in different positions at different times. In, out, shake it all about. Nobody knows what they're doing. We need to settle down, get a proper, settled, fit squad, and play the game properly, and we'll be fine with the players that we've recruited, in my opinion.
I think you're harsh on Jesus to say he's not been impactful. If Jesus didn't join, we'd have Tyro starting.
He wasn't impactful.
He's
doing it again. He's arguing against somebody that's throw money again.
I said it.
Jesus in Europa League, we wouldn't be in the Europa League.
Yeah, but we're talking about the league, Ben. I'm saying the only person that has impacted for me in the league is Hutchinson. From
but if Jesus wasn't starting every game, you'd have a Wani starting every game, and then it'd be even worse.
No, you wouldn't, because he's been injured as well, so you wouldn't even have him. So
you wouldn't even have a striker.
Callum Owendo.
Bakwa. Oh, I forgot Bakwa.
He's injured.
Him. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, when you say, I went through a list of 8, I forgot Bakwa. Oh, we're writing Bakwa off. The guy's had about 20 minutes.
No, but we're not writing him off. But but hold on, Ant. Hold on. We're reviewing what we've seen so far.
Yeah,
we can hope to see what we want to see.
I could blame Edu for bad recruitment when we've gone through a list of 9 players.
No, we're not saying
that'd be bad recruitment.
We're asking, is he to blame? And if these players don't come off, is he a failure for that? And
If
you
they
know,
don't come off, then yes, says then I
well,
would
this
say
is
he's
it. So this is what
accountable.
we discussed.
Well,
Nobody's
let's give him a break. You know, let's
he's
try it.
he's being to be fair, like the haters have got plenty of ammunition at the moment. That's all I'm saying. And these
Well, they have in
players,
their minds, but not in mine, because I think they're talking nonsense. So that's not ammunition, is it?
Oh, bro, they got so much ammunition on us.
No,
Man.
but they haven't. Hang on, we've just been through all 9 players. You can't just ignore things. You can't say, "Oh yeah, but he's bad." Yeah, but would you have him? Yeah, would you have him? Yeah. But it's still bad. You can't do that. You've got to
Yeah,
be
but when I
honest.
asked you who's moved the needle, you didn't say all 9 of them. You
And
barely
I've
said
given
one.
the reason for that. But that wasn't what I was talking about. I was talking about the recruitment. Once you've got the player, it's up to the manager and the player then to be successful. But if you agree with the player when you sign him, then you can't then turn around and say that was a terrible decision.
What happens if you sign a terrible player?
Then you're responsible for it, aren't you? If Edu had signed 9 players and we all sat here and said all of them there's no way they're going to make it to Forest, they're terrible, then I would agree. But when we sit here and say 7 out of the 9, we're prepared to give them a bit longer to see how
You got a point. I'm not dismissing what you're saying, because the easiest argument to all of that is to say, look at Sangare. We all said it was an excellent signing. We backed him while he was in his quote unquote crap phase. And now I'll tell you what.
That was 2 years, mate. That was 2 years.
That was 2 years, yeah. That was 2 years. And I'll tell you what, man, we could have done with Sangare on that damn. We wouldn't given away a penalty if he was playing.
I mean, he has
penalty
given
was
away a
bad,
few
you know, for an experienced player. That was
very I would have, if that was in my under 15s, I'd have hooked him straight off. I wouldn't care if they were crying on the sidelines.
Yeah.
That is absolute stupidity.
There's no need for it whatsoever.
He was completely, he got the first tackling, was doing the splits, and decides what? I'm gonna friggin' try and poke the ball between his legs in the penalty box. Honestly. I'm just so pissed off with Forest right now.
I'm not gonna let it get to me.
It's got to me, man. It's got to
I'm not gonna let Forest dictate my mood, bro. That's what I said. I'm not gonna get too high. I'm not gonna get too low.
I just want the season finished. I don't know what we're playing for. What we
listen, mate. You think it's bad? Do you know how bad it is? Every 2 days, I have to buy another bloody ticket at 55 quid. Honestly, it's like, and it comes through. My brother sends me a message saying, "I've got the tickets," you know, blah blah blah. And
I know you don't even have a say, do you? They just get bought for you, and then you got to hand the money.
Every time I'm thinking, another 55 quid.
You need to change Nathan's password, man.
Oh,
that's what you need to do, man.
That's my first. Oh yeah, that'll be my first game come Saturday, mate. First full 90 minutes. Hopefully, I'm not going to walk out at half time.
Oh, you'll be gone by about the 20th minute when they're 3-0 up, man.
Yeah, actually, I better not make any promises I can't keep on that one.
On my phone at the moment, I've got Arsenal, Everton, Man City, Ferencvaros. That's 5 tickets. That's 280 quid or something.
Oh yeah, I've got my Arsenal ticket. I didn't bother with Everton. I've got my Arsenal.
Hey, how many points do you think? In fact, no, I won't even ask. How many goals do you think you're going to see in those 5 games?
What? For us or against us?
I'll settle for 2. I'll settle for 2.
Oh God. Is anyone right? Let's briefly. I don't think we're doing a live before the Man City game. So let's go. No, Ez isn't the Derby fan. It's Ben. He's moved.
Ben, he literally lives where he should.
Let's start with Ben.
In the city ground.
Yo, Ben, what are you saying about this Man City game? Is it a case of how many, or are we gonna?
No, I think there's two possibilities.
There's Matt just rubbing the salt in the wound.
I think there's either going to be one of 2 things happen. One, it would kind of be a Forest thing to do to go and beat Man City, because we play better against the bigger teams. We lose against the shit teams and we do all right against the big teams. So I think it could be 1-0 Forest. The alternative to that is Haaland continues to be Haaland.
The result is that at the end of the day, we always win.
Yeah,
I think I'll stop playing it. Sorry, Ben.
The result is that we always win, unless Haaland scores like 7 past us, and then we could probably lose 7-0.
Wait. So, didn't you beat them?
I'm going 1-0.
Did Newcastle beat them?
1-0 Forest.
Are you seriously going 1-0 Forest?
1-0 Forest. We're going to beat them. We've always beat big teams.
Bro, how bad is your kidney?
It's
No.
pretty bad. It's a 55% working. It's fucked.
Sneaking into his brain.
I'd get it rechecked on that
More than his
percentage.
brain.
I'm going to go 1-0 Forest. And I'm good at predictions this season. I'm top. So you lot should listen.
Really? Oh, you
You
are
send it
in
me. You
the,
send me
in
the
the Forest
screenshot.
podcast.
I'm top. I'm the top.
Only because
Yeah, you're
I'm
the
not
only one
playing.
not putting us to shame, you know.
The top
It's
predictor.
the bottom.
I haven't updated it since the first.
You know, do you know what Rob's
I've
done?
never
on his-
even looked at it.
Do
As.
you know what Rob's done
Not
on his
even looked at it
prediction?
since day one.
On Rob's predictions, he said that we're going to win every match and then we're going to lose to West Ham away and at home 10-0. He's such a simp for West Ham, man. Such a simp for West Ham.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Simple
I thought
Nuno.
you've been serious for a second.
I am.
You are? Well,
I don't know what it is with him and Nuno. He
He
did the same thing with Cooper. Now he's notching off Nuno. I
Hey,
don't
big
know.
up, Kev, man. Much love. You too as well. Oh my god, we still gotta play Wrexham. Fuck. Man, can you just go and spend some time with your missus, man, instead of bringing up these depressing points, man? Imagine we lose to Wrexham. Are we home or away for Wrexham?
I think we're away, you know.
Fuck no.
I can't remember.
I didn't see any tickets go up for it on sale.
I don't know, because I don't get involved in the cup games unless we get to the final.
Yeah, but your brother still buys you a ticket. You just don't go. He just sells.
It's beneath it.
Oh, look who's come out.
Oh, here he
Is it
is.
true what he said, Rob? Is it true what he said?
It's the West
Hang on.
Ham.
Yeah, hurry up because he's between washing the pots
Yeah.
and drying them. So,
Yeah. Rob, you need to go and watch my monologue at the start because I shots fired you then as well.
Big up, Rob. Big up.
Yeah,
Is
you
he
are
away?
Renhead. Yeah, you are Renhead in my fucking fuck off.
Rent heads.
I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't
Hey,
even know what I'm
Wolfie,
saying.
Wolfie, I was
The
watching-
antibiotics are kicking in. The antibiotics are kicking in.
Wolfie, I was watching your video earlier on, and you said something that made me laugh, and I meant to write it down. I forgot, but you got the words totally the other way
I
around.
think someone put it in the comments. Was
Yeah,
it like something like
made me
me?
smile.
Hold on, someone put it in the comments. I was like, what was that?
I can't remember what it was.
What,
now, but
knee
it
in
was
the
funny.
fluid? When you
Knee
said
in the
that.
fluid, something like that.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
said
yeah,
that.
knee on, you got knee on your fluid. How the hell did you get that the wrong way round?
I don't know, man. It's just the thought of watching Forest, man. It scrambles words. Man. It scrambles.
Right, I want some dinner. Come on, let's go, man.
Yeah,
Look
all right.
at
Make a
him, look at
prediction,
him,
then.
him,
Let's make a
crowd, man.
prediction. Make a prediction.
Oh, 0-0. I'll go back to my 0-0.
Shut up, man. No.
I'll go back to him.
It won't be 0-0. Is Sells back for Man City?
Who cares, man? You can bring Shilton back and it will make a
Come
difference,
have
man.
both in goal. Come have both in
listen.
goal.
I don't think we need to worry because I'm fully confident on Savona's ability to keep Foden quiet.
He won't be up against Foden, but up against
You can't say that
Doku.
with a straight face, could you?
Fuck
No,
is
somebody
injured,
said
isn't
Doku's not
Fuck is
playing,
injured.
so it might be. Who will it be?
Well, it's going to be Semenyo because Semenyo said he wants to join them. So, well, luckily, we're not playing them in time. Oh,
Anyway, so I'm going to go.
And watch his
Who will
first
we-
team.
It'll either be 1-0 Forest or
That's what I
3-0
said.
City. Or,
That,
or
I mean, that's,
3-0
you're copying me. That's what I just said.
Or what? What was the Man
What?
City score?
3-0 City.
Only 3-0.
I'm feeling confident, mate.
what is making
I'll
you
see
feel
there, and
confident?
anyway, and anybody else
I've
wants to
just
join us?
predicted we're going to lose 3-0. I'm being slightly sort of, ironic, if you like.
Chow, what are your score?
You're gonna
prediction?
win. We always beat big teams. Man City is shit.
Yeah,
What?
well,
See,
I
Harvey
was
We
there
always
when they
beat-
slapped
do you mean
us
we always
6-0.
beat
They
big
weren't
teams
shit.
at the City ground, or do you mean we always beat big teams in general?
Just we always win at the end of the day.
Well,
Wrong way around.
Arsenal keep. What's the? I'm trying to think of a player doing the business to us at their place.
I beg your
They
pardon.
won't-
And
they won't know that.
Man City are consistently doing
Yeah,
the
but-
business to us at their place.
And you know full well that next time we play Arsenal, Mikel Arteta will bottle it and they won't win the Premier League.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
we're playing
I hope
Arsenal in 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah, they're going to lose.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, you know
Arsenal
what?
do.
We usually play a part in how the championship or the title ends up, so we might play a part again this season.
Yeah.
Let's get.
I mean, that's the wrong league, so I get what you mean.
It's still a championship, you idiot.
All right, let's wrap it up there. I'm Forest outed. I'm like,
He's a
honestly,
master
Forest
debater.
outed.
I'm outed out at the Forest. I'm just like Forest knackered, man.
No,
I don't
enjoy
know
your
what-
break, guys. Honestly, everybody enjoy your next couple of
Yeah,
days.
make sure you spend it with your
No, I'm
family.
not going to. Don't tell me what to do.
And
How
I'll see
dare you enjoy
Saturday.
it, man?
Have a fan
What a
zone.
drink.
Fan zone Saturday. Back to usual.
Yeah.
Oh, you better be, because Matt was not happy with you lot from Forest all over.
I wasn't there. You can't say nothing to me.
Oh.
I did go, but he'd just gone. He'd just gone when
Oh, it's
I
one of
got
those.
there.
Was that? It's one of those. Who should we send you to? Who should we send you to? Who's been more depressed than we are? No, they're quite happy.
West Ham fans.
Joe.
They're not. No one's live from West Ham. Lot.
Right.
I'll send you over to. I'm gonna send you over to Locks over on Blue Tinted Glasses, because they're like 13th in the league. I spoke to him today. Leicester are about to
really?
get points deducted as well, and they could get relegated.
Me.
So yeah, just go over to Locks and say
Genuine
relegation.
question: were they in the Premier League last season?
Yeah, remember they had
See-
Cooper at the start and all that stuff.
Seems like years ago, that
I
doesn't
know, man. It's when we were good.
it? Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
All right, go. Yeah, everyone try
Henry.
type bin dippers in there, or just put relegation, and we will see you on tomorrow's video. I got a transfer update for you guys tomorrow. Yeah, you're gonna really love the names that are being linked. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, check out OK Jerseys. Come on, you Reds.
You ready?